guys, what the fuck is up? Welcome back. So the other day I was watching this show called 90 Day Fiance. If you haven't seen it, that show's crazy. It's just crazy. But anyways, so I was watching it and there's this one episode where it's this white guy, he's seeing this girl and she's black and his dad is not okay with interracial relationships. Then I started thinking, like, that's a thing to this day. That's still a thing. I'm lucky enough to still be in Colorado, and it's a thing, but it's not like a huge thing. I guess you can say, like, it's not huge. Or like other states, like interracial relationships is just not okay. It's just not okay. It's not the norm. Like we even one time had an Uber driver tell us, he had to come here from a different state because his wife is black and he's this white guy, and that's just not okay over there. And I was like, what? Like, I don't know, it's just crazy. So obviously, like, I'm in an interracial relationship. My fiance is black. And so yeah, so to me it's just like crazy that that's still not okay and it's still not allowed, and to me it should be, and it obviously not just because I'm in one, but because you learn so much from being in an interracial relationship. So not only do you learn about the person that you're with and their culture, but you also learn about yourself and your own culture and your people, and and it's just such an eye-opener. And my whole life I've had black friends, but it's just not the same thing. Having a black friend or multiple black friends, guys or girls, it's not the same thing as having a black boyfriend, black fiance, black husband. I've learned that Latinos and black people we're so much alike, and it drives me crazy because I know there's this like wedge between us, and not everybody, but some people do not. Like some black people do not fuck with Latinos, and some Latinos do not like black people. But to me, I'm like, why? Like, we're so much alike, like literally so much alike. There's so much about us that is very similar. And there are things that are different, but I don't know, like to me it's cool to be like, oh, this person, we have this in common, and then this is completely different, and then I learned this about your culture, and then you learned this about my culture, But in an interracial relationship, you also have to be ready. You have to be ready to stand up for your person. You have to be ready to argue with sometimes the people that you love, sometimes strangers, sometimes nobodies. We've had times where we would be out in Montbello, we're just walking down the street, and this guy in this truck stops, and he like slows down first, and then he stops and he looks at me and shakes his head and then drives off. He just like shaking his head in disapproval and drives off. And it wasn't until he drove off that I was like, wait, did you just shake your head at me because I'm with a black man? Like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, time out, like, hold up, back up, come back. Like, why are you shaking your head at me? Number one. Number two, what's it to you? Like, whether I am or not with this person, what's it to you? Number three, who the hell are you? Like, do I know you? No. So then again, back to number two, what's it to you? Like, it just made me so angry. And I was just like, are you serious? Like, it was just such a shock, that it's just like, to have that big of a nerve to stop and judge me and my life. Like, I was angry. Like, I was bothered, and it's happened out there. It's happened here. It's happened to him. It's happened to me, He gets stared down by my people, my people will stare him down and kind of be like, ugh, why are you with a Latina? Why are you with one of ours, And same thing with me, older black women definitely stare me down, and some mug me, and I can tell they're like, you bitch, like, you've taken one of ours, and I get it. But at the same time, like, whatever, look, stare, whatever. But when you're saying stuff or when you're doing stuff, going out of your way to let me know that you're not okay with it, that's when I have a problem with you. Like that guy with the truck, like, that made me so angry. Like, was it really that necessary, sir, for you to freaking stop and shake your head in disapproval to me? I don't even fucking know you. Like, what is it to you? Like, mind your goddamn business. Like, but we've had people where we were at a Mexican restaurant and it was super late at night, And I was ordering food inside, and people were, the owner was trying to kick him out, and he told him, no, my girlfriend's ordering food, and he was like, which one? Like, you're lying. And he didn't believe him. And I'm like, what do you mean, which one? I'm the only person in here. Clearly, he's talking about me. Like, and so he had to come in, I had to explain to him, and that was the whole thing, this fight, and just so many things happened. And literally so many things have happened to both me and him because of our relationship. It's crazy to me to know that in other states it's like way worse, and it's 10 times worse. And like, it's so sad, it's so sad to see your own people act a certain way. Like, because I love my people. I'm not doing that 100% loud and proud about it. I love my people. I love my culture. I love it. Anything and everything about me, I love it. And so to see, like, your own people be not that great to other people, it's just it's shitty, and it sucks. And just, like, a lot of things have happened, like I said, to him and me. I can't really tell you about him. But to me, for sure, like, people who I'm like, who the hell are you, have said stuff. People, close people that, are closer to me. My family, when they first met him, we were at a volleyball game, and he had stepped outside to talk to one of his brothers or something. I don't know. He stepped outside, and my uncle looked at my mom, and he was like, so how do you feel about having a black son-in-law? And I just, like, turned and looked at my mom, and I was just, like, waiting to see what she would say. And she was like, well, black or not, I'm not the one dating him. That's what she said. So it's just like, okay, she don't care. But it bothered me because I was like, okay, uncle, like, my older sister is dating, well, her husband now is, like, super light skinned, lighter than all of us, and you were never like, oh, how do you feel about dating, or how do you feel about your son-in-law being this white guy, like, that was never a thing. But, like, with mine it is, like, why, and it, like, bothered me, that too, like, bothered me, and that was, a close uncle of mine, and it was just like, what's up with the comment, like, I don't know, like, and just, like, some people have said some ignorant shit, some people have said some really stupid stuff. There was this lady who one time who told me, like, oh, is it true what they say about, like, black people and about black men? And I was like, what, I don't know, what do they say, like, and she's like, that they're, machistas, and that they hate you and stuff. And I was like, what? And she's telling me this in Spanish. And, like, I was just like, are you hearing yourself? Because I'm just like, machistas is basically like a super sexist man. That's what a machista is. And so it just bothered me because I was just like, lady, are you hearing yourself? Like, in our culture, there's so many machistas. In our own people, like, not that I'm saying every single one of them is, but there's so many machistas in our culture. Like, why are you asking about their culture? Like, me personally, yeah, I think there's machistas in every freaking culture. Like, Latinos culture, black, white, Asians, anything. Like, it's a thing. Like, there's a little bit of everything and everything. And so I told her, I was just like, well, I was like, he's not like that, but yeah, I guess you can say, like, there are people like that. I was like, but just like there are people like that in our culture. And right away she changed it. She's like, oh yeah, no, you're right. Like, we're like that too. And like, like, try to, like, play it off. And I was like, no, lady, like, you can't just accuse all black men of being machistas and hitting their women. And because that's not a thing. Not all black men are do that. Believe me, he's never hit me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, no, like. But yeah, so me personally, it's been a great thing in my life. I learned so much from him and his culture and his people. And I know he's also learned a lot from me and my culture and my people. And it just makes us better people. It really does, to get to know a different race, a different culture on an intimacy level. Like, I think it just makes us better, even if that's not the person we end up marrying, that's fine, but we understand more, and so yeah, so just kind of want to share that with you guys. But yeah, thanks for listening. Like always, like, comment, subscribe, let me know if you're in interracial relationship. Why do I have such a hard time with that word? Let me know about your stories, because I definitely have a bunch of stories. right, thanks guys. Bye.